Oh, batteries are going to go down soon. Yeah, and there's a case to be made in Buddhism about being nice to someone who's mean. And
yeah, I know that.
Pema Chodron has a thing from Shanti Deva about trying to absorb bad things in the world and not react so they disappear from the world and all that stuff.
Yeah, but if you can't do that yet, you can't.
Well, it's hard to do, in my experience.
Right. Listen, it's hard to do anyway.
It's hard to do anyway.
So it's hard to do it when you're struggling with your own
when you're
issues.
Anybody, whether you're Taylor Swift who sues somebody for $1, I would have sued him for a little more than $1. I would have made it a little more uncomfortable.
What I'm saying.
Yep. Yep. Oh, they're in there, but the batteries are inside that thing it's sitting on. So.
Oh, well, you want to take them out?
No, it's gonna. It'll tell me. I think when it's really totally done. It's close, but.
Okay.
So I just.
But I think what you're talking about is.
I feel like I'm making a lot of right moves here, and the part you're saying is, well, do this, do this, do this, but I'm also doing a lot of stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're making all the right moves. You really, and I think that's where a lot of the anger. Okay, two things. One is, I think you should be channeling the anger in the direction you're channeling it.
Okay, into documentation and exploration
and all these things.
How does somebody else 5 years from now get any results? Because
I think it's positive that you're taking that angry energy and putting it into action.
Okay.
Okay. And I also want to say, is I understand, and I think it makes sense for you to be angry and frustrated.
Certainly feels like it. I mean, I can't. I would have, had I not had the personal experience of having none of these multitudinous number of agencies respond correctly or with any compassion. If you'd asked me, told me at a party that happened, I would have said, you're just out of your mind, blowing smoke, you're just feeling sorry for yourself. I really would have. But to have it happen multiple times.
To you.
I mean, I've tucked them 3 times now. And no reaction. And, what's her name? It was on the Caltrain board. Deva Davis, or Deva. Her last name is Davis. She's on San Jose City Council. She sits on the Caltrain board. Nothing. Called Jim Beal's office. Nothing. I called my councilman, Leop Depp, or whatever his name is. Nothing. Just a polite, here's a link. GoFuckYourself.org. Basically, that's what I got. So, I'm going to just be very low-key, try to go to some city council meetings if I can stand it. They're very boring, but maybe you just get to know a little more about the system. There is a VTA public meeting once a month on the first Thursday. I'm just trying to get to, slowly move from being a television producer 144% of the time to doing television 80% of the time and doing, civic whatever exploration some other part of the time. So, all right, let me see what's going on with this thing. I think it's going to be okay till the end of the shoot here, but yeah, it's got a little more battery life. So
look,
yeah, go ahead.
Are we still taping?
Yeah, we're taping.
I think the stuff, if you can look at it as, you're not only
I put this stuff on the web, right?
It's okay.
I just want you to know. I want to have your
permission.
permission.
What I'm saying is that you're really empowering yourself by saying, fuck it, I'm not going to sit back.
I'm not going to feel very empowered till I can know how to diplomatically and gently get a response. I mean, researching it's one thing, but
listen,
to know what door you can walk in this county and get any real honest response, they could have brought somebody out to the house. Could have been anybody. Captain Bel Castro, who runs the library, could have come out there and said, knock this shit off, with a couple of his guys or gals, and it might have had an effect.
People with no authority are not going to do anything.
Yep. The only place where I have a good story is the library. I went in with my cart. They said, "Sorry, sir, can't have these four-wheeled carts in the library anymore."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what legal terminology to use. But I happened to say, completely by accident, I use it to help me walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the officer that was there at the time happened to react and say, "Oh, well, if you use it for a mobility device, we're going to allow it." Well, I didn't know any of that stuff. I'm discovering all this stuff by hand, right? So I found out. I asked who runs the library, police. I went up and had a visit with him, Captain Belcastro. I wrote him an email the same day. I tried to lock this thing in, that they had said this was true.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they have some kind of a list of people. It's like, it has an acronym like RIMS. Now when I go in the library, yes, I get challenged. 50% of the time they'll have some new kid, because that's a training area,
Right.
New kid, "I'm sorry, sir, we can't have this." And I just politely listen to her or him till they get their spiel done, and then I say, "I spoke with Captain Belcastro. He said I can have it because it's a mobility device. I'm on your RIMS list." And then they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." But the way to get it done diplomatically and caringly is you stand there, you listen to all their spiel that they've been taught to say, and you put a pause in there, and then you tell them what you tell them, and then you haven't disrespected them, and they're good. And it's pathetic, though. It's really pathetic. Diplomacy and politics is just, it's like trying to pet an eel. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, but I'm learning. I don't like learning it. I don't wish I didn't have to take part of my life out to learn it, but I'm learning it. So, there it is. Hope we're done. I'm tired. I'm not going to go home I'm not getting picked up for an hour, but still. It's really hard. In the house, I spend so much money. This month Liz, our dear friend Liz, whom I shouldn't put on the tape, but she facilitated 4 checks getting 4 bounce check fees.
So why do you say you shouldn't put her on?
Because if I play this and somebody hears it that knows her and calls her and goes, "Mark, put this on the internet."
Well, can't you edit it?
No, I don't edit stuff. It's
you
too
put
hard.
everything on?
Yep.
Then I would say,
pretty much.
Mark, I'm just giving you my opinion here.
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't say anything about anybody who
It's
may
just
be
like the blog.
upset.
Well, it's
who
like
may
the
be
blog.
upset.
Just,
Liz may not want
you
that
can put
known.
what you can do with it is you can put it on and then lock it down so it can't be viewed unless a person has the link. But
I'm just saying, Liz may say,
No,
I wish you hadn't done that, Mark.
Of course. So then
You just have to be
the whole
careful.
thing gets not put up because
Yeah.
unless I can, like you said.
I think you
play
just
something.
should ask ahead of time. Do you mind if I say anything about you? Do you mind if I put it on?
Nah, I don't. That wouldn't go over well.
Okay. Do you mind if I talk about?
It's like asking
Blah, blah,
Pete
blah.
Best if he'd like to be back in the Beatles. Yes,
Yeah.
I really would like to be. Well, now that they're all dead, you can call yourself the Beatles.
Well,
if you
2
want.
is still alive.
No, 1.
No, Ringo and Paul.
Ringo's still
Ringo
alive?
and Paul.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So anyway, yeah.
So
Good. I'm now trying to figure out how to edit that. Somebody I know probably knows how to edit. Just put a bleep in there.
well, I think the only thing you need to edit is maybe
The
when
word,
you
that
mention
word.
that person. Yeah.
All right. So what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say that I think that in general, but you know this stuff, politics and all this is one of the reasons people don't get involved.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So the fact that you're pushing through and you keep persevering is just fantastic. And in the end, listen, still may not get anywhere. But on the other hand, you can't say you're not doing anything. You're not
Well, and-
sitting back
Yes,
and
and
saying,
there is some
"Screw it."
power in a blog, even one that is or is purporting to be or pretends to be fictional.
Mhm.
You know, great books have done things in the world. Because, Sinclair Lewis, I mean,
Mhm.
Gloria Steinem, books can make a difference. So, all right.
But I'm also thinking that
Yes.
besides putting out there in the world, that even for yourself to have it written down or out there is therapeutic for you too. It's not all bottled up
I'm
inside
not sure
of you.
about that yet. I hope it is.
I think
I don't see it. I don't see the growth or the refreshing result of having put in all this work yet.
well
I hope there is one.
I think if you weren't doing that, you'd be sitting in your gut, you'd be sitting in your head, you'd be stewing.
Okay.
I think you'd have. I think you might be feeling a lot worse than you feel now
Okay.
because now
You're
you
trying to figure out how
really.
to edit. Go ahead.
No, I'm just
I'll ask
saying
Liz to
that
edit it
I've
for me.
seen you. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
I know
seen
Liz.
you with a lot of anger and a lot of frustration. You know, I've seen you over the years for a long time.
Yeah.
And you've had lots of stuff happen.
Okay.
And this is probably one of the most positive times I've seen you where you're really saying, I'm not going to sit still and be a victim. I'm going to
Yeah.
just see what I can do and bang down the doors and keep talking and keep doing what I have to do.
Yeah.
So, I just want to say I think that is really positive for your mental health.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you're not going to be angry. Listen, your situation sucks.
It really does. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like I try. Lois and I talk on the phone. I mean, yesterday one of my doctors, beep, whose name will beep not be mentioned, said, "I want you to take these 2 new meds because look, I wore these on purpose to show you this leg.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this."
Is that more than bed bugs?
She says it's not bed bugs at all. She says it's
It's a skin disease?
the expansion of the leg is causing it. I don't agree with her.
Oh, right.
I don't
I
agree
can
with her, but
see the
I
difference.
may try to get a second opinion.
No,
look
no,
at
but
the
I can
deformity.
see it's a big difference in size.
So she says, "I want you to take these 2 meds." Okay, I don't have a lot of money. Yeah, she says they should only be $1 or $2.
$1 or $2. What's $1 or $2
Well, I'm going to be
nowadays?
telling you that in a few seconds.
Go ahead.
So the pharmacy gets them made really fast. I've already called Lois and said, "Yeah, $1 or $2." Call the pharmacy. They say, "Yeah, that'll be $42." And I had 12 different reactions. One of which is, why do people not have any better sense of what meds cost? Then I investigated thoroughly. Why is it $42? Turns out it was a 90-day supply. So 1 month is going to be $14, which is still not $1 or $2, but it is less than $42. So I took the initiative and I called up and said, "Beep, beep, beep, regarding Dr. Beep, 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 beep. Could you please ask her to tell him to give me a 30-day supply instead of a 90-day supply?" Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I had to do the heavy lifting to get it anywhere near what the other person portrayed it to be.
Mm-hmm. So she or he probably thought
Beep, 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 beep.
she was doing you a favor by
Yeah,
having
I
to-
guess. But we just sat there and talked about it. I mean,
yeah.
how much more blatant can it be? And I videotaped that with their permission.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I gotta get
So
out
what's
of
the name of it? Do you know what it is?
here. What's
The
what?
pill?
Yeah. It's 2 pills. They go together.
What's it called?
Well, the first one's Lasix, which is
Oh,
really
the
common.
Lasix. Right.
She says this could be water.
Yeah.
And of course, she wants me to lose more weight and don't eat any salt. I said, well, one of my main staples is canned soup. Oh, that's really bad for you. So, then the other thing that goes with it is potassium.
Uh-huh.
My legs cramp like crazy. So what she doesn't remember is we also, every time I buy potassium and Lasix, I have to also buy zinc and magnesium over the counter to try to keep it from cramping.
And why can't you buy the potassium over the counter?
So I don't know. Nobody ever has told me why, but
Because you should ask her about that.
well, a lot of things are not going to get
No,
done
but
in this lifetime.
potassium
But
is easy to get over the counter usually.
anyway, I just know that sure is expensive.
Okay, so listen.
See
The
what
other
we got
thing
going
is
here.
when you get
Okay, this is going to stop soon. Let me.
okay. Can I say one thing before you
Nope.
stop?
Nope. Just have to stop.